Welcome back to the channel, friends. Today we are in the woods camping. Well, I mean, we're in the woods, but it's a paid campsite. We're back at the same camp spot that I was at, or a different site, but the same campground that we were at. Gosh, what was it, like probably 2 months ago now. We did a little bit of fishing, didn't catch anything. So anyways, I'm gonna get the truck camper all set up for now, and then we'll get on to maybe some more fun stuff. But the plan for tonight is do a little bit of fishing. I'm gonna be cooking up a kind of like a teriyaki chicken rice bowl that I've been wanting to try. And then I'm also gonna be doing kind of like a movie theater setup in the back of the truck. I've got a new gadget that I wanna test out, and it'll pair nicely with the movie theater theme. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get the truck all set up, get bed all squared away, and then we'll maybe hop out on the water and do a little fishing. So for anyone who's new here, this is my wooden truck camper setup little build, and I've got it where I have the kitchen drawer up front, and then in the back here I have a little cubby that holds pretty much all the bedding. So pillow, little sheet, we've got a quilt. I'll grab the chair out because we'll need that for a little bit later. And then I've also got the inflatable mattress that fits almost perfectly on this bed. So I usually start with the mattress first, get that kind of situated, get the buckles off of here, and then the bag that the mattress comes in, I tend to put like all these bags and everything. Once I've got everything out, I'll store all the bags in one other bag just to keep everything kind of organized. But setup is pretty easy with this thing. I may try something new this time, because usually what I do is I inflate the mattress and then I put the sheet on, but I kind of wonder if it's going to be easier to put this sheet on beforehand, because it's got an opening on one end, and then it's basically actually a sleeping bag bivvy, but I just use it as a sheet to wrap my air mattress up in. So I'm going to see if I can make this happen. We'll take the bags for stuff, put them in here just so they're all out of the way. Unroll this thing, figure out which side is open. And because this pump is down here, this thing's actually got like an integrated pump in it, so you don't actually have to remember to bring like a separate one. So I'll try and roll it where the opening is down there so I can easily get that to fill up and deflate tomorrow morning. So we'll just kind of push this around here and fold it up and over. I always like to just try and figure out more efficient ways to set up camp. I'm wondering if this is going to be a little bit more efficient, but judging by how hard it is to get this started with it deflated, maybe not. All right, so that's kind of how I want it. I'm going to go ahead and start just inflating this, and as it starts to inflate and this unfolds, I'll try and get the sheet a little more proper here. Uh-oh. I think my pump might be dead. I may need to pop that on a charge, right? Yeah, I think the pump's dead. Okay. We will resume this once I charge the pump up a bit. I think in here, I've added this little lunchbox that I found at Goodwill to my kit, and I think I have possibly a USB cable in here. If not, I know I definitely have one up in the truck, or I think I keep the, oh actually let's break that out. I've got the little thermometer. We'll stick that to the fridge and see what the humidity and temp is for the night. Nice, yeah, I've got these cables that are kind of like a bi-cable to charge up all 4 of my lights. I've got 2 of them, but I'm gonna use it to charge up the pump for the air mattress. So in the back of the truck here, I've got my power station. It's an Anker Solix C1000. It's got a little light on it, which is pretty convenient. And then you can check how much power it's holding right now. It's at 97%. It's using 35 watts right now because the fridge compressor is running. And I've got ports of all sorts on here, so we're just gonna plug this in USB-C into our little mattress pump, and we'll let that go for maybe 20 minutes or so, and we'll come back and try and inflate this air mattress. Alrighty guys, welcome back. Here's to you friends, and a little bit more truck camping, because I know you guys enjoy it, and so do I. It's a two-way road. So, getting pretty anxious for the new camper setup. If you guys are caught up on the videos, I announced that I was going to be taking off this truck cap and totally redoing the inside, and gosh, am I anxious to do it. I ordered a GFC, which will be here probably in late November. So I'm kind of forcing myself to wait to redo the interior until I have the GFC on top, so I can really see the dimensions of everything and how much room I'm gonna have in there. Plus I'm such a visual person that I literally need to be like sitting in the truck for an hour by myself, just looking at everything, feeling it out, feeling where I could imagine things going, the fridge, the bed, and all that. So anyways, what I'm kind of thinking, just because I don't want to keep you guys lingering until November, I'm going to be doing probably the fridge where it's at right now, probably on slides though, so that way I can pull it out and kind of just get a little more access to it. But with the GFC, obviously all the panels will open on the sides, so I could hypothetically still get into it from, there. But this fridge opens one way, so I don't know yet. That's what I'm saying. Once I get the GFC, I'll be able to kind of play with things and figure out where it makes the most sense to put them. And then as far as the interior goes, I'm going to pull all the wood out, and I want to do kind of a more lightweight setup. So it might be, probably will be a little more expensive, but I want to do an extruded aluminum framed build out with, I may do really thin plywood just to kind of sheet it off and get the bulk of it, so you're not seeing inside all the cabinetry. But if I can swing it, I think I'm going to do actually like an aluminum composite panel, and that way, again, just to reduce the weight. It'll probably be more expensive, but I think it'll be worth it, and gas saved over time, as well as just having a nice look to it. I think it's going to give it a really cool kind of modern look to the camper. And then also with the wood, I've never really had any leaking issues in this thing, but to be able to just go in there and wipe anything down, spray it down, because nothing's really wood and can hold that moisture and rot, that will be nice to know. And then also I'm thinking, when I do the aluminum composite panels within the extruded aluminum framing, I might be able to add like gaskets to it, so that way it's literally sealed from all directions. And in best case scenario, I could literally go in this truck bed with a hose, spray everything down and rinse it off and get all the dust and grime out, and then all my stuff inside the cabinetry would be fine. So yeah, I'm just really excited. I can't wait to get the GFC and show you guys the colorway that I went with, as well as all the features. As any of you know, with GFCs, you can order a pretty base model, or you can kind of tier it up with different features on it. So I'm excited to show you guys the colorway and everything that I went with and did not go with, and I'll explain that once I get the GFC, but very excited for that. So I think the the fish might be calling my name here pretty soon. So I'm gonna go ahead, slam this beer, check on maybe the pump and see if we're ready to inflate the mattress and get bed all set up. And then I gotta add the fan, and I think that's it. Then we can go chill, do a little fishing before we cook up dinner. All right, let's give this mattress another whirl. See if we can't get it to work. Unplug the pump here and put it back into its spot on here. Can't remember which way this goes. Maybe the other way? I think it's the other way. Oh, I have that upside down. That would make sense. Deflate is on that side. There we go. There we go. Call that good. So now that we've got this all pumped up, we can make the rest of the bed. We'll just tuck this sheet down here. Got ourselves a pillow. And then the quilt just stores in here. Always a good idea. I mean, it's not cold out by any means right now, but always a good idea to let your, if you have a sleeping bag that's like this material or a quilt like this, especially in the winter time, you want to set it out before you go to bed for a while, so that way it starts to kind of fluff back up, because when you stuff it in that sack, it deflates. So you got to give it a chance to breathe and kind of come back to life. But this thing is super warm. I like this because the texture is like cool in the summertime, but in the, like, if you bundle yourself up with it, it is so warm. So can't say enough about this thing. Go and just fold that up, make it look nice for you guys. Grab our pillow, and there we go. Bed's made. And last but not least, we can take pretty much all the bags, stuff them in here, zip this up, and then put them right back underneath the bed. Out of sight, out of mind. So I've got the chicken just out of the fridge because I totally forgot to thaw it out before coming camping. So I think I'm going to let this kind of do its thing outside and hopefully defrost before I get ready to cook dinner. And then I guess in the meantime, probably go do a little bit of fishing. I don't totally know how to do the fishing stuff yet, because like I watched fishing channels. I don't know if they just run a GoPro for like 3 hours and just cut out all the bits where they're not catching fish. They also seem to catch way more fish than I do. So I guess I'm just gonna put you guys over there and do my thing, and then if we catch something, might be interesting. Oh yeah. Got some nice seagrass. Heck yeah. That's a good one. Good catch. That grass screwed up my worm pretty good, so try to trim it down. It's like a half Senko now. You never know though, sometimes the bass like that. Oh, okay. So this is not working out so great. I'm just getting snagged on everything. There's just too much grass too far out. I can't get quite beyond it. And it's just screwing up my worm every damn time. So, that seems to be the way fishing goes on this channel. Well, casting. We haven't really caught a fish yet on the channel. I swear I do actually catch fish.
Hey, it's a fish.
Oh my gosh, come on. How did I just catch more? Just not when I'm with you guys, for some reason. Okay, I'm calling it. I'm probably losing my worm too. Ooh, the biggest grass bass yet. Heck yeah. Figured tonight we would do a little cooking in the truck. So we've got our veggies, cilantro, carrots, garlic, onion, and a cucumber. We've got our chicken, which is gonna be doused in teriyaki sauce, and the whole bowl is gonna be topped with this sriracha mayo. And then I brought the old trusty rice cooker again. We'll plug into the Solix and get that thing going. I've pre-done 1 cup of rice. And this thing pulls quite a bit. It's pulling like 150 watts right now off the Solix, but once it gets up to temp, it's not so bad. And obviously it only takes about 10 to maybe 15 minutes to cook on this. Definitely limited on the headroom in here. Another reason I can't wait for the GFC, but I want to go ahead and start getting the vegetables prepped. That way all we have to do is the chicken. So we're gonna need a cutting board and a knife. Let's do the onion. Probably go about like 1/4 onion or so. Set our onion aside, and then we'll grab cucumber, which I think I'm gonna try and do this as nicely as possible. Going for like a I don't know, like an Asian style dish here. So I'm gonna try and do it almost like they do with sushi, and I'm gonna try and get it to be pretty thinly sliced. So I'm not exactly sure how to accomplish that yet, but we're gonna try. Are you supposed to skin these? I kind of can't remember. I'm gonna leave the skin on, and we'll just start chopping these up to be pretty thin, almost like a size of spaghetti. Honestly, working better than I thought it was going to. Carrots are honestly easy, already chopped up. So we'll just break some of those out, put it on the plate. I'm also gonna do a little bit of garlic, which I haven't decided if I think I may just cook it with the chicken. That way it cooks into it a bit, and voila, we've got our plate of veggies ready to go. Last but not least, be the chicken. So we'll get this stove fired up. Cooking with gas. Get that kind of on a low heat because this cast iron will heat up pretty quick. And we'll break this chicken out. I think I'm gonna cut it down into smaller chunks so that way it cooks a little bit faster, especially with it having been frozen, possibly still a little bit frozen. Chicken is all done. I'm just gonna move it into this pot and then saute it all up with the teriyaki sauce. We're in the truck camper for the night. I'm gonna show you guys this cool little bit. It's gonna help me do the movie theater inside the truck. So this looks very similar to other stoves on the market, except for it doesn't use gas, it's electric. So you've obviously got your fill up cooking space in there, this nice koozie on the outside to keep your hand from burning, and then you've got a power button, a drink, eat, and pop feature on this thing. So let me go ahead and get this plugged in to the power station. And if you can guess already, for the movie theater theme, we're making some popcorn. I haven't tried this yet. I've tried the coffee side of things, and it is awesome. I actually broke my French press the other day, so this thing could not have come at a better time. But I'll show you that, how I make the coffee in this in the morning. But for now, we're gonna try the pop feature. So we'll get that plugged in. See, it lights up to let you know it's on. Switch it over to pop. This should be pretty straightforward. So we'll set that there for now. Found this at Walmart. It's like an all-in-one. Comes with the oil and the kernels. So seems like this might get messy though. So on the lid, you fill this portion with kernels, and then this portion right here, hopefully you guys can see that, with oil. You put that all in there, set it to on, should have popcorn. So let's give it a whirl. Fill this up with kernels. Try not to spill it. Oh, goes out the hole a little bit, so I guess put your finger over that. I think that's gonna make enough popcorn. And then somehow I gotta get this oil out without making a giant mess. Try and just cut open a little bit here. See if that works for me. I'm gonna try and just put a little bit into the cup or into the lid. Maybe, maybe not. Tell you what, I'm not setting myself up for success here. Let's go ahead and try and get this flat like like that. I should have grabbed scissors. This is no fault to the device. I am having a rough time. There we go. Now we've got some oil pouring. And then we'll take... Oh, this is called the Stoke Voltaic Joule, I believe, is what they call it. We'll pour the oil in the Joule. We'll pop the lid on. And then we're just gonna... We've already set it to pop here. So you've got drink, eat, pop. It's gonna be all the way over. Turn it on. Should have popcorn soon. See, the light is illuminated, so it's doing its thing. This thing is pulling at lowest like 300 watts, and it kind of keeps jumping around to probably slowly heat up that base and not burn the popcorn. And so it jumps up to like 500 watts for a brief second. So it's almost like a pulsating hot plate in a way. But we should have popcorn here soon. If you guys have been watching my channel, you know I've been trying to get rid of my propane containers. I've got too many of them, and this is nice because it just runs off the power station, which gets recharged during the day by the sun. So less stuff to have to, keep in the truck. Separate types of propane or gas containers. For example, like the Jetboil takes the smaller little camp propane or butane, whatever it is, gas containers. So you'd have to have that on hand. This is nice because it just plugs right into any old socket. So, pretty sweet. One less thing to carry in the truck. While the Joule is doing its thing, I'm going to get the movie squared away on the laptop. So tonight in the movie theater, we are showing Call of the Wild from 1993. Should be good. I think I've seen it. I think we watched it back in school, but I'm going to watch it again tonight. This is just raging now. Oh. So now that it's popping, and it's kind of like up to temp, you can see that it's only pulling 31 watts right now, and that's including the fridge, and my fan is actually running. So this thing, once it's up to temp, really doesn't pull much at all. And here's a closer look at the interface. So the left is the power button. Select to drink, eat, or pop. So you can pretty much, eat and drink, you can pretty much already cook whatever you want in this, and pop is just a nice to have, to be honest. It's a nice little feature for truck camping. It's finished when the light shuts off, and I can still hear it kind of popping in there, but we have popcorn. All right, I've got to try this. I'm super excited. I'm gonna break the lid open. Oh, perfectly popped popcorn. Not burnt at all. Sometimes you do the bag, and sometimes it's like hard to get it perfect in the microwave without burning it. I don't think there's any, I don't smell it. I don't smell any burnt ones. I think this is going to be spot on popcorn. So now we can set our movie theater mood lighting a little bit lower. Hit play on this guy. Oh yeah. folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Camping with Connor. And I had a good time testing out the Stoke Voltaic Joule. Getting to know how to use that with popcorn was pretty cool. And like I said, I've made coffee with it a bunch of times now, and it's quickly becoming my favorite French press. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next one. Keep elevating, my friends. I love you, and adios.